Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're a Mercedes owner and you've recently seen your dashboard light up like a Christmas tree with that ESP and maybe even traction control warnings, you've come to the right place. So, what exactly is C0035? The code reader will likely tell you it's a BS wheel speed sensor, LF, which stands for left front. In simple terms, your car's brain, the ABS control module, has lost its connection or is getting a wanky signal from the sensor on your front left wheel. These sensors are super important. They constantly monitor how fast each wheel is spinning and send that data back to the module. This information is crucial for your anti-lock braking system, electronic stability program, and traction control to work correctly. When one sensor goes down, the system gets confused, panics, and throws up those warning lights to let you know something is wrong. Now, let's talk about what you might experience when this code pops up. The most obvious sign is, of course, the warning lights on your dash. You might also notice that your ABS doesn't activate during hard braking, which is a significant safety concern. Some drivers report a jerky or hesitant feeling when pulling away from a stop as the traction control system tries to figure out what's going on. In some Mercedes models, it can even affect other systems, potentially causing a rough gear change or limiting your cruise control. It's the car's way of saying, hey, I can't trust my senses right now, so I'm playing it safe. So what causes this code to appear? Well, the most common reason is simply that the wheel speed sensor itself has failed. These little guys live in a harsh environment, exposed to water, dirt, road, salt, and vibrations. Over time, they can just wear out or get damaged. Another big culprit is the wiring. A frayed wire, a loose connection, or a corroded pin in the connector can interrupt the signal just as effectively as a dead sensor. Sometimes, the problem isn't the sensor or the wire, but the magnetic reluctor ring, also known as a tone ring. This ring has teeth that the sensor reads as the wheel spins. If this ring gets cracked, covered in rust, or a piece of debris gets stuck to it, it can throw off the sensor's readings and trigger the C0035 code. Alright, let's get our hands dirty and figure out how to diagnose this. First, you'll need a good OBD-II scanner that can read ABS codes. Once you've confirmed C0035, your first step is a visual inspection. Safely jack up the front left of the car and remove the wheel. Take a close look at the sensor in its wiring harness. Do you see any obvious breaks, cracks, or signs of melting? Follow the wire as far as you can and check for any damage. Also, inspect the connector for any green, fuzzy corrosion. If the visual inspection looks good, the next step is to test the sensor itself. You can do this with a Unplug the sensor and set your multimeter to measure resistance, or OE. A good sensor will typically have a specific resistance value. You can find the exact spec for your model online or in a repair manual. If you get an open circuit or a reading that's way out of spec, you've found your problem, the sensor is bad. You can also check for a voltage signal. With the key on and the connector plugged back in, you can carefully back probe the signal wire while spinning the wheel by hand. You should see a small, fluctuating AC voltage. If you see nothing, the sensor is likely dead. Let's say the sensor tests. Okay, now we need to check the wiring between the sensor and the ABS module. This is called a continuity test. You'll need to know which pins on the ABS module connector correspond to the left front sensor. Check for continuity on both wires. If one of them shows an open circuit, you have a broken wire somewhere in the harness that you'll need to track down and repair. If the sensor and the wiring are both good, it's time to inspect that reluctor ring. It's usually part of the wheel hub or CV axle. Clean it off and look very closely for any cracks, missing teeth, or heavy rust buildup that could be interfering with the magnetic signal. So, you've found the faulty part. Replacing the sensor is usually straightforward. It's typically held in by a single bolt. Just unbolt the old one, pop it out, and install the new one. Make sure to clean the mounting surface first. If it's a wiring issue, you'll need to carefully repair the brake or replace the damaged section of the harness. If the reluctor ring is the problem, you'll likely need to replace the entire wheel hub assembly or CV axle, which is a more involved job. After you've replaced the part, clear the C0035 fault code with your scanner. Then, take the car for a test drive. The warning lights should stay off, and your abs and ESP should function normally again. And that's it. You've successfully diagnosed and fixed the C0035 fault code. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this guide helps you get your Mercedes back in top shape. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more DIY repair guides. Drive safe, and I'll see you in the next one.